Welcome to the Petty Details. I'm Jen Petty. This is Justin Petty, and we are Petty Details. We're subject matter experts in auto property damage claims, and we help attorneys, adjusters, body shops, individuals, all the people with their property damage claims. We're the people that they ask. So today, or in this video, our subject is going to be something that I hear a lot, which I keep saying that, but we do hear all these things a lot. And that is, I want my car totaled, but the insurance carrier will not total it. So what can I do?
Yeah, that's a big one. That happens all the time because it 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 there's a lot of things you can do, first of all. So it's way more complicated than most people think. You have appraisal clause, right to appraisal on dispute on the repair amount. You have the ability to use a source like claim buyout, which I would plug, with regards to totaling your own car. So you can total your own car if you want to.
We've done that.
And
Yeah.
so it's just, you have to know a lot of things about how the salvage title works in the state where you're at, whether or not it's going to have a salvage title or not, whether or not the repair cost is accurate that you get from the get-go, whether the insurance company is shortchanging the repair or not to avoid totaling the car, or sometimes it's vice versa. It's like, so you have to know exactly what you're dealing with. Very hard to do unless you
because there's
know
so
the
many
game.
things that come into play. It's like, how are they coming up with the value of my vehicle? How are they, it's like all these things that it's like that come into play with that one subject.
Right. And then you get into first and third party, which we've addressed in another video.
Yeah,
But
watch
we'll
our
talk
video
about,
on that if you haven't watched that.
we'll talk about the fact that what you can do if you're dealing with your own insurance company and you think that it's totaled. And one of the most important things you can do is to pick a repair facility that's honest, that is not on some kind of agreement with insurance companies. They call them DRPs. You should look at Robert Greaves' and Nyland's Collision's airing of grievances if you want to know how DRPs work and how independent shops work. He has a great
they're in
podcast
Colorado
on that.
and they have an awesome YouTube channel.
Every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern or something like that. It's you can find him talking about
I think it's Eastern
shops and so forth. Yeah, it's not Eastern.
No, it's not.
It's mountain. It's mountain time. Is what it is.
Something.
They're
It's something. It's something that's not our time.
They're in Colorado.
They're behind us.
I have to log on at 10, so I don't know when it is.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's super important when you have a vehicle damage is pick a good shop. If you don't know a good shop, call us. The Auto Body Association of Texas is a good resource for finding a shop. These are consumer people that want to repair your car the way the manufacturer says. These are mostly independent repair facilities, and so
consumer type advocate type shops,
Right, they're gonna repair your car the way that Toyota says, the way that Honda says, the way that Lexus says. These are certified shops, and there's a lot of certified shops that don't take it seriously. So that's a really important thing to think about is like, look, you really need to know the shop you're picking when you go to get your car repaired. If you don't, you watch that video about the watermelon in the milliseconds and the Honda airbag deployment. If it's off by a fraction of a second, the watermelon is squished, because the airbag doesn't come out fast enough. And that can happen with just a paint problem on a sensor in the front. That fraction of a millisecond can be affected by how thick the paint is or how the flecks of metal that are in the three-stage paint are laying. It can be affected. So it has to be done a certain way. If you don't care about that, fine. If you do care about that, pick your shop well. And so full circle back to the fact that they won't total it. What you do in that situation is you make sure that it can't be repaired safely, and if it can't be repaired safely to your satisfaction for an economical amount, no matter what the insurance company says, you let the shop tell you, can it or can it not be repaired, how much will it be? And if it seems unreasonable to you and you don't want it repaired, don't authorize the repairs. then what you do is you call my office or you go to claimbuyout.com. You sell the salvage of the vehicle. You make sure that the insurance company authorizes the maximum repair that they'll pay for. So we say it can be repaired. We're the insurance company. You know, it's worth $25,000, and we think that it's only going to cost 17 to pay for it, to fix it. And so we're going to fix it. And you're like, $17,000 out of it? No, I don't want that car. It's going to have a bunch of diminished value. It'll never be the same. I don't want it anymore after that. And they're like, well, so what? We're going to repair it. Well, you don't have to repair your car. You can say, no, just send me the 17,000, or you have the shop argue for another couple of thousand and say, okay, well, you're still missing a couple of $1,000s here. It's going to be 19 and a half. That's the cheapest we can do it at the shop, you know, and they'll argue that for you. If you have a good shop, or if the shop has somebody like me helping them in the background, we can argue that kind of stuff. Look at it and tell you if it's worth arguing that.
Well,
and if it's worth arguing
like
that,
if they're saying if the shop's saying it's 25 and they're saying it's 17, then you might be able to invoke the appraisal clause under the repair dispute and make that money up there too.
exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, let us look at it and see if it's worth it to fight for some extra repair costs, and then still don't repair it.
Yeah.
And then sell the salvage for $10,000. So, you know,
Right.
it's like they're not totaling it, so they're not going to take out the salvage value. You can sell the car in its damaged position, you know, in its damaged condition to a company like Claim Buyout, who owns their own shops. So they have the ability to repair that properly within the constraints of their own. They already have parts that they have culminated. They don't have to buy parts many times because they've already got them from other cars that they buy.
They're not sponsoring
so,
us, by the way. This is not a
no,
sponsored
not at
video.
all. I'm just saying there's options like that. Get a salvage bid is what you do.
Yeah.
You get a salvage bid on the car. Many times they'll say, okay, let me look at the pictures of the damage and the repair estimates you've got, and they'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll give you 12 for that. In its wreck condition. So then you get 17 or 19 for the
Maybe
repair
even
cost.
this market too. Like probably they're buying more of that stuff, like because of the parts prices and hard to get and all the things.
It's definitely a good option to think about. You just need to run the numbers on each case and see if it works out in your advantage,
And we can help you do that. Yeah,
Right,
we can help you do that. So if you're having an issue like that, then we help people with that all day, every day. So get a hold of us. You can go to our website. You can, I'll have a link in the description for you, but you can request a free claim consultation. You could also leave a comment
Just
on our
video. Just in the video.
Justin, I'm trying to tell them how to get a hold of us. So you can leave a comment and we'll answer it. Okay? Okay, so I'm done now. So now I'm going to end the video, okay?
Hey, go ahead. Hurry. End it.
Thanks for
Gosh.
joining us today on Petty Details.
End the video.